How's it going, guys? Ryan and Alex here from True Duelist. The folks at ARG have recently given us a preview from the newest expansion set. So tonight we're going to be talking a little bit about that card, what we think about it, its practical applications, and just its general uses.
All right. And our card is the Arbor Carbuncle. So he's a green one cost unit. He's got 500 power. When this card is returned to your hand from the field, you can search your deck for an Arbor Carbuncle and add it to your hand. And during your turn, you can expel this card and two other Arbor Carbuncles from your hand to draw two cards and switch two of your shards to active. So, what are your first impressions of this guy?
Um, so we discussed a few things, I guess. So obviously the application in Liam, the Liam Kite deck, but I'll let you talk more about that. I think this gives Wind another one drop that it kind of desperately needed. Right now, most Wind decks are gonna play the Skyship Engineer. It's 1,000 for one, and it bounces, so it triggers all your effects. Um, a lot of them are also playing Sky Recruit, but Sky Recruit doesn't really. It's not as synergistic with your deck, so there's not a lot of things that it really enables. It just searches for itself. Whereas this card is the same stats, essentially searches for itself in the same way that Sky Recruit does, but on top of that, it also allows you to draw two and untap two shards. So I think it's just an almost strictly better Sky Recruit.
I think
you
it.
want to talk about your thoughts
Yeah, I think
Liam?
it is just a better Sky Recruit, right? Like he does all the same things, and then when he's tutored himself and gotten the two extra cards into your hand, which hopefully, I guess in mono green, you're discarding the Sky Dagger more often than any other deck would. But you
Um,
can do something with them afterwards, which I think is the big difference. And it's pretty relevant. Drawing two cards and getting two extra shards for a turn is a pretty big deal.
I mean, you imagine this guy. I imagine the standard play with him is just like, okay, you don't have a one drop, you play him on one. If you have the dagger, you just pitch and pick him back up. If not, you probably just don't play him, and you just do that on turn one. Then you do it again on turn two, and you already have all three of them in hand on turn two, and you don't lose anything. Like you can still play your one drop on one, you can still play your two drop on two. So it seems just like an auto include three of to me, at least in the mono index.
I think it's
Uh,
a yeah. I don't think there's any question that's a three of in the Windex. Obviously, it's 3 or 0 with this guy, but I definitely think the Windex wants this guy. It probably does just outclass Sky Recruit, but we'll see. I haven't put a whole lot of time into the green, so I'd have to take your word for it there. But I think this guy in the Gears deck could be a real big deal. With the 2000 guy that we've seen, I think you can probably slide him right in there instead of maybe like a Sandsea Traveler or Engineer, and have one big combo turn. Because essentially, this guy in the Gears deck can let you cast a free War Room, and then you draw two cards. So I think you could do a lot in one turn with this guy. I'm actually pretty excited to try him out. What do you think about that in the Gears deck, Alex?
I mean, he seems like a solid include. My only issue with him in the Gears deck is you have to be discarding real cards for him because I assume you're not playing the Monarch Skydagger.
Well, you can discard
Um,
Gears. Are they real cards? I mean, they do something in the grave most of the
or
time.
sort of. I mean, you kind of want to save him for your champion Liam, especially so if you have a one drop, he can actually break the tower a guarantee breaking a tower the following turn. I I see it being like still decent because you usually have two cards you can throw away. But it feels like I would want the dagger to make full efficiency of this. It doesn't feel good when I have to throw away cards to kite to bounce this.
See, I don't think it's that big of a deal because you get like it replaces you on cards right away, even though you're trading a gear or a different card for this guy. But the next time you do it, you get your 2 cards back. And I don't think, like, if you do this on turn 1 and you pitch a 3-drop in the gears deck, I don't think you care that much.
So my other issue with this is that you have to kind of line this up well, right? Especially against decks that have discard like the black deck, because the issue here is, okay, say you like stockpile these early and they're just sitting in your hand, and then you accidentally get one taken by a Golem of Avarice, and now you just have 2 get dead cards in your hand, which you discarded 2 cards to get in the first place, and they don't really do anything. Like, they don't break every tower with the dagger. You'd have to like play the dagger and then pump them or put like another equip on them. And at that point, are they really even dudes?
I mean, I guess they're always dudes still. But no, I got your point. I think this guy needs a lot of testing. He's definitely interesting. Definitely in the right deck, it'd be very powerful.
I still think he's probably good in Liam because, I mean, the ability to actually, like, being able to pull this off has to be nuts. Untapping 2 shards, as we know in the Liam deck, is just absolutely crazy. And then you get to draw 2 cards on top of that. So, I mean, if you get it off, it has to be nuts. I'm just thinking of all the, like, downsides that come along with this. I think in the mono win deck, there's literally no downside. It's just a strictly better version of what you're probably already playing anyways.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Also, the Wind deck desperately needs ways to dig through its deck. As the Wind deck, you're kind of just looking for Sylvia. You're looking for cards in general, but most importantly, Sylvia. And I think any additional forms of draw that you can have in the deck are just welcome.
Yeah, another good point. I think we'll see this guy for a long time. Even if he's not good right away, I think there will be a time where you just want this type of effect. And he maybe enables something.
I really wish it was either player's turn. That's the one thing. This card only works on your turn.
Yeah, that's probably for the better.
That's what I want. Like, that's what I want in the Wind deck, is the ability to untap stuff on their turn.
No, I hear you. And I think we both can agree that it would be a lot better that way. But it's... maybe it would have been too good that way. So I we like to play with broken cards, but it's probably for the better.
I mean, this card seems very fair good to me. It doesn't
Yeah,
seem like...
yeah, exactly. I like that, though. That's good.
That's good. I think the only way this card really, really gets nuts, if we start seeing a way to, like, bring it back from the expel. Like, if there's, like, a card that just said, like, add every card in your expel zone back to your hand. That's where I start to see this card.
Alright, well, I don't ever want to see a card like that.
Yeah, I mean, or, like, maybe...
I can't ever see them making that, because that just sounds disgusting, and there's not even a whole lot you can do right now, but there's probably enough.
Mm-hmm. But, yeah, I mean, that's... overall, I would probably give this card... I've always been more conservative with my ratings, but this one I'll just say 7 out of 10 because I see the potential in the Liam deck, and if it does just happen to be nuts, then it really is nuts. And I definitely already see this as an auto include in the mono air deck, so I would say this card's about a 7 out of 10.
About a 7. I go with an 8. I have high hopes. It's going to be good in the Gears deck.
You're just ridiculous, man. I thought I was bringing myself up to what your rating
I know, but I was always going to be higher than yours. I see it now. Just the shenanigans you can do with this thing in Gears.
Yeah, I'm gonna be trying out mono air again. See if I don't think he changes too much for mono air. It might make it a little more consistent, but I don't see him really putting mono air over the top by any means. So he's probably just
maybe the turn that you discard all 3. Maybe it's just that serious.
No, if it was on your opponent's turn, I could see maybe, but like most of the Gears deck just revolves around like trying to get your command centers up and just popping guys in on their turn, like guys like Garga and the Cloudhawk and Sylvia, and just like getting rid of their board.
All right, fair enough.
All right, well, I think that's it for tonight, guys. Make sure to check us out on both Patreon and Facebook. Our Patreon page is patreon.com/TrueDuelistTCG, and our Facebook is the same, facebook.com/TrueDuelistTCG. Ryan, anything before we get out of here?
Just another thank you for letting us do this, ARG. We appreciate it.
And thanks to all our patrons who make all our hard effort and content worthwhile.
Yeah, thank you guys.
You guys are the real champions.
The truest duelists.
They're champions.
Oh, God. All right, everybody. We'll see you next time.